Hey. What's happening? What's going on, y'all? How's everything? Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? All right, wait a minute. Let me change my glass. Other better reading glasses. All right. There we go. Let's turn off the music. We're going to get it all popping. All right. So if this is your first time watching me or listening to me and you say, who is the hell is this lady? This is Inga 71's channel. Okay, y'all also go by Ginger Snaps. Hey, and if you don't like and subscribe now, you might be up in this damn fire. So you know what to do. You know what to do. Go and get up in that go in there, hit the likes and the subscribe and do all the things, or you might be in this ball of fire right here. Okay. Let me see. Hold on one second. Yes, like, share, subscribe, get the notifications, do all of the things. Oh, hey, Brandon, what's going on? Do you like this episode? Okay. You happy that Tariq showed up? You still waiting for Ghost to show? Look, I mean, everybody was still waiting on Ghost. Even people who said they don't give a damn about Ghost, they waiting for him, and they know they'd be happy if he show up. Hey, Andre, what's going on, Mr. Harris? How you doing? All right. Well, let me move this off the screen here. We're gonna get it started, and I'm sure others will pop in when they're able to. Let's see here. Let me share my screen because we're just gonna go through the episode, a little at a time. Hold on. Bam. All right, just bear with me 1 second. Took me forever to get these on pictures together, but I got it. Okay. All right. Hey, what's good, DeMarcus? How you doing? How was how's your Friday? Uh you give it a solid 8. Actually, DeMarcus, this is one of the first times in a long time that you and I are actually on the same page. I give it an 8 as well. I give it a solid 8, same as DeMarcus is giving it. I actually do. I give it a solid 8. I went back to rewatch it because I watched it, at midnight, and we did our first reaction. Me and the girls. So go back and watch our reactions. But we were having such a good time laughing and cutting up that when you watch something the first time, you just running through it because you of the excitement of watching it. Then I went back and rewatched it the second time. But I gave it a when we did our first reaction at 1:15 a.m. and y'all can go back and watch that on my channel, Moochie's channel, all of us, Tamika. When I said it early this morning during the first reaction, I gave it a 8.5. But now going back watching it, it's still a solid 8. It's a solid 8. It's between the 8.5. I can't give it anything higher than that, but I liked it. I think to me now I know some of the fellas out there on other channels are saying it's trash, it's garbage, it was nothing and all that. I don't feel that way. I feel that I don't feel it was trash. Could we have had more bodies? Yes. I wish we had more bodies. But I see what they were doing. The reason why we knew none of the main characters was going to be gone, and the only reason why we got some that we got it set up the way we did get it set up is because they leaving a cliffhanger for the transition or the setup for transition for legacy for legacy. So hey Sally girl, what's going on? How's the new job? It's the same here. Yeah, right. Um, yeah, right. That was funny. That pig eat anything. Well, that's what pigs do eat anything. Pigs do eat anything. So I can't wait for Legacy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Origins, Legacy, and of course Raising Canaan is my favorite by far. So but we'll see if that changes once after we see Legacy and Origins, whether Raising Canaan is still our number one favorite. Maybe they just those other ones might become our favorite. I don't know. But Force was never my favorite. I've never made no hey Candy girl. I've never lied. I never said anything different. I have not been reviewing it all season. I didn't start doing my opinion about it until last episode 9. And I did a little quick recap on that. Um and then now this is, I'm doing this one now tonight. But after tonight, I ain't probably gonna keep talking about Force unless somebody invites me on their panel and then we could talk about it then. But probably on my channel, this is probably the last time I'll be speaking about Force. I felt like I used to force myself to watch Force. I wasn't a fan of seasons 1 and 2. 3 was a little shaky at the beginning, but then around episode 8, they picked up. It really picked up around episode 8. I did like episodes 8, 9. And even though 10 did not hit with a bang the way we wanted it to, even though we knew it wasn't going to happen that way, but we still wanted that. I still think episode 10 was good. And also shout out to Robert Townsend. Robert Townsend hit it out the park with the direction. The cinematography, the way it looked, the way it was shot. To me, it was done like a movie. It didn't look cheap. It didn't look like no Tubi mess or something like that. It didn't, you know, and not talking about nobody, other directors or anybody else. I'm just saying, just the episode 10, they stepped it up. It looked very decent. I was, I thought they did a very good job with episode 10. So, well, we don't get. You said the funeral scene was a little bit emotional. Well, yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna talk about that right now since we at the funeral scene. Um, did y'all think Tariq was looking a little sus at the? Yes, Sally. And when I get to the end, that's exactly what we're going to discuss. We'll put the pin in that. Okay, so yeah, this funeral scene. I agree, Brandon. It was a little emotional, but Kate is emotional because the reason why she's emotional, listen, I'm not taking away from her feeling emotions over her son getting murdered. But however, or I should say unalive, but however, she was a horrible mother. She been a piece of shit mother. Actually, she can go on the list of bad mothers for the Mother's Day list. Okay. I think Mother's Day, I'm gonna do a list of all lot of bad mothers. So if y'all got some names for me, let me know. We can add them to the list. It's a lot of people. The list is getting longer and longer. So I think thank you, Candy. The guilt will eat your ass alive. Yeah, and that's what was getting her. Uh that's what the crime was about. And then she was saying to her about Herman, which is I forgot all about this man. Because see, I can't even remember everything from season 1, season 2, to be honest with you, because I've never gone back and do rewatches of Force the way I still watch old episodes of Raising Canaan. I still watch old episodes of OG Power still to this day. So, but I don't go back and watch book 2, and I don't go back and watch Force. They like one and dones for me, but that's just my opinion. Um, so I forgot about Herman. Herman raised JP. And so, like, but I'm glad that she gave Herman some props, saying that, you did a wonderful job. Because he had to raise JP by himself. So yeah, Candy is definitely right. It's nothing but guilt and it's eating at her. Um and then Genesis is trying to the young girl here, Genesis, she's trying to console um this little YN here, D Mac, but he just, he ain't feeling it. He's just going through it. Only reason why I ain't gonna beat him up too much about anything. He going through it. Actually, he was more tame this episode than he has been all the episodes. So, um, let's see what's going on. Go here on next. Then, wait a minute. You should check out this show called The Nowhere Man season. Um, Yeah, I didn't watch the Nowhere Man. That's with Notori, right? But I keep seeing it pop up on my stars thing. When I open up my stars app, it keeps popping up. So I'm aware of it. I just have not watched it. Look at so many shows, Brandon. I ain't got time to even watch all the damn shows. There's so many shows. So I'll get to it at some point. It's just, I added to the list of shows to watch. So one day when I ain't doing nothing, I'm just sitting down, not cleaning, and not working, not running around in the street doing stuff. I'll check it out. But then season 2 of the BMF documentary, I am so over the BMF thing. Look, what more are we going to learn? I know this is Terry's perspective. The first one was Meech's perspective. What more are we going to learn that we already don't know? And I'll look at it. Yeah, actually, I got some stuff to do after I get off this live around here, so I'll put it on in the background. But I ain't likely going to review it. I know Moochie said she would. Now maybe if she had me on her panel, I'll speak on it. But I'm not going to do my own separate review on it. And so you kind of feel bad for DMAC. You say you kind of feel DMAC on now. Okay. So look at this clown, Junkie Jannar. He sits there and gonna be sitting right out front of the church, him and his goons, as if they valet parking. Even if you was gonna take Tommy out, even if you was gonna make the attempt to do it, why would you sit there right in front of the church like that? And Tommy knew how stupid he is. Tommy knew he'd be sitting outside. That's the reason why Tommy had Miguel bring some extra security up in there. And these look like the federales. I don't know who these people are, but I don't know if they're Chicago PD or who they are. But anyway, he brought in some extra security up in there. And because he knew that this bozo Junkie Jannar was gonna be sitting outside with his clowns. It was just, I will give Tommy this credit. The Tommy and OG Power was not smart. He was fierce. And he ain't had no problem with unaliving you, okay? But he was not smart. He would always just react and do stuff without thinking. But this season of Force, Tommy has really been doing more thinking. He is being very strategic on the things that he wants to do. So I thought we were going to see a rare funeral. Yeah, I mean, I really wanted to see bodies at the funeral. I wanted to see them go around and just blasting everybody outside the church. I really wanted to see that. But Junkie Jannar, he can't get nothing done. He's staying high too much. Tariq manipulated Tommy and D-Mac just like Kanan manipulated Tariq and OG Power. Oh, yeah. I agree with that, DeMarcus. That is a good analogy, a good, insight. I agree with that. it's something very sneaky about Tariq. I don't trust him. I never did trust Tariq anyway. But I'm saying, just looking at him, he looked very suspicious. But we'll get there. I watched the first episode of Being Obsessed. It was okay. Okay. Hey Jeremiah, what's going on? What's going on up there in Canada? Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. So, um, now Tommy walking through the alley by himself, going, I guess, going to his car, and you got this guy look like a bum, a crackhead, a meth head, or a drunk, talking about, do you have a light? And Tommy ain't stupid. The way this guy came up on him all fast and talking about, oh, this is for he had a knife. Like, if you want to take Tommy out, why you ain't have a gun? You gonna have a damn little butcher knife, little carving knife type of thing. And he talking about, this is for Vic Flynn. And then so Tommy, of course, I don't even have to show y'all that. Y'all know what happened. Tommy gave him the old 1-2 punch and wrestled him down to the ground, got the knife and jammed it in his neck. So this clown is gone. I mean, what is going on with these hitters? These no good hitters. They just bozos. Then he gets the man's phone, and look, and here it is. Everybody uses the face recognition thing to open their damn phone. Okay, when you are a mobster, a drug dealer, doing any kind of criminal activity, doesn't matter what it is. Why would you have stuff like that on your phone? I would have me a burner phone like they had on The Wire. Ain't no way I would have I'll have a separate phone, and I would erase messages and stuff on my phone. I wouldn't even have that stuff around. These people is just dumb. Anyway, he had the face recognition thing. This guy don't even look like he know how to work technology. How the hell you gonna set up the face recognition on the iPhone? Because you can disable that. I think it's disabled on my phone. I can't remember. But so he opens up the phone. Tommy's able to open up the man's phone, find Vic's number, and talk to him on the phone. Vic is off at in a hideaway house with his girl, who's also this is the actor who played Vic. This is his real life wife in real life. And she didn't add nothing to the show to still keep her around. I mean, technically they could have just wrote her out, or they could have just killed her, because she don't add nothing to the show. I'm not dissing the lady, but they didn't give us enough of this lady for us to care about her and to keep her around. I don't care anything about her. Okay. She could get eaten up by that pig that Miguel has, as far as I'm concerned. So she, her name is Ray, and I don't care nothing about her. So, but I understand the actor who's playing Vic, he probably said, let me throw my wife a bone. Hey, let her get a free check for just showing up and doing nothing, walking around with her booty jean shorts on, even though she ain't got no booty, with her flat behind. So they, he said, I'm not scared of you, Tom. He said, look, you should have killed me when you had the opportunity. He said, because when I find you and that bitch that you with, it's on. It's on and popping. It's on and popping. So the final was trash. I'm sorry, I give it a 7. Hey, Detroit. Yeah, I'm not calling it trash. That's just me. I don't think it's trash. But I give it an 8. I think they did a good job overall. I think episodes 8, 9, 10 was, decent. Now I will give the whole series of Force maybe like a 7. The whole series, all 3 seasons. I'll probably get at a 6.5 or 7 just for the whole entire series. But this particular episode, I'm gonna give it 8. That's just how I feel. And everybody got their own opinion. So that's how it is. Yeah, what's up, though? What's up, Detroit? I think Detroit and Brillo and all them guys are gonna go live at 8:05 p.m. So thank y'all for hanging in here with me. And if you happen to leave to go to, go to check out the fellas at 8:05, please make sure that you hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate y'all. Hey, Queen, what's going on? Wait a minute. Oh, hold on. My mouse is acting silly. Jeremiah said Tariq looked like he plotting. He ain't forget about Tommy not help. Oh, he didn't forget about Tommy not helping when he was at. Oh yeah, yeah. He definitely plotting. I agree with that. Yeah, I think that we all on the same page on that. There's something fishy going on. I actually thought Janard would have eliminated Herman, JP father, and JP. No, I didn't think that. I didn't think that. Yeah, I didn't think that Demarcus, but I didn't even think about that. Yeah, if Tariq wasn't Tommy nephew or ghost son, I wouldn't trust it at all. Yes, hit that like button, y'all. Tariq is the new Canaan. Yeah, well, you know, he on his way to get there. Yeah, not a smart move by Victor Snitch. Tommy eliminated Jimmy just like Tommy eliminated Benny and OG Power. Oh, that guy's name was Jimmy. Oh, that's that dumb white man. He was stupid at the hitman. He was stupid, real stupid. The hitters enforced thing in London trying to stab people. Yeah, right, Demarcus. Come on now. The stabbing. That's just crazy. If I was Vic, I would have stayed far away from Tommy and Chicago. Yeah. You got on a private plane. You could have been on the other side of the world. Why are you still hanging around? You know what I'm saying? He just stupid. He just got a free check. I don't really want to see him no more. And I know that if they bring him around to Legacy, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't want to see Vic no more. Just write that storyline out. I don't want to see him no more. I don't want to see. Or if we're gonna see him, let's kill him right at the beginning and get it over with. She looks like Liliana without the scar. Okay, so let me run through this. Junkie Janad, he was about to, you know, get his groove on again with the stuff with the Fenty, but or the hair on, whichever the H that he was taking, but he looked at his picture of his brother Diamond, and remember he made a promise to Diamond that he would get off the jump and he would not do it anymore. So he was about to, though. He almost had that needle in his arms. And shout out to Chris Lofton. He's doing a hell of a job, or he did a hell of a job playing Janard. And we probably gonna see him again in Legacy. I don't want to say fortunate or unfortunate, but I think we will see him. That's the reason why they didn't unalive him, because we will see him again. And then Ortega had texted Junkie and said, "We sending you more men. I want Egan off the mat. Make it happen." So little do Janard know something about to happen to Ortega's ass. So look, they at a they giving a little going away thing, not going away. What you call it? Rest in peace, little celebration thing for the fallen king Diamond. Okay, and so they all pouring liquor out, pour a little bit out for the homies that ain't here, and so they send him. He didn't even have a proper funeral, but they just you know getting together, I guess CBI to pay their respects on Diamond. And who did we see up in the mix is G Herbo. Okay. Now I'm old enough to be G Herbo's mama. I don't know his music. I don't listen to his music, but I know who he is because my son knows who he is. So that's how I know who he is. But I don't listen to his music. But and my son actually don't listen to his music, I don't believe, but he still knows who he is. But he wasn't there to do nothing. He just was there. So he got a free check too. So I could have stayed. They could have got me to just stand there. Because since you giving away checks, giving it to Array, the Vic's girlfriend, and then to G Herbo for doing nothing. Oh, and one more thing about Ray, I want to go back to her one more time. This lady had a good job working for the mayor's office or something like that. Um, and she anyway, she had a nice job, educated woman. Why the hell you gonna quit your job and run off with this known mobster drug dealer who turned rat? So he's, Vic the snitch. So why would you leave everything to run off with him, and you could possibly get killed, or he gonna get killed, and then you still ain't gonna have nothing. It don't even make sense. Okay, that to me, I don't know why they wrote that like that. That's why I have to shave off some points, because that to me is just dumb. And I mean, look, the D can't be that damn good, but I think the only reason why they kept her around is because that's his real life wife. Yeah, that's his real life wife. I just wanted to mention that. So, yeah, to me, didn't make sense that she would just up and leave. So this is stupid. But anyway, Raheem, Junkie was talking to Raheem and said, um, it's my eyes may be deceiving me, but it looked like you working with Shanti. And remember this nigga was hiding behind the pole. He wasn't shooting no bullets like everybody else was getting shot at. And they shooting and getting shot at, and he just standing there hiding behind the pole. And he tried to not deny it, and Junkie kept saying, "Give me your phone. Let me see your phone." He said, "Man, I ain't giving you my phone." He lied, talking about, I was with my girl, and that's why I wasn't around. But anyway, Janard wasn't feeling it, and Janard, soon as he turned his head, Janard gave one in the back of the head. Okay, he put a hot one in the back of his head, took him on down, and then when he took his phone, that's when he realized this dude was a rat. I mean, he was a snitch in the organization. You know what I'm saying? And he was feeding information back to Shanti. So, but we knew Raheem was gonna go. He was too stupid. Janan and Vic probably team up with Matawu and Carlos Savello and the Italian crew in Palexi. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. To be honest, I think Diamond was smarter than Janan. Oh, definitely, Brandon. Definitely he's smarter. Definitely. Hey, all I see. Sorry, I wasn't reading the comments because I was so busy just running my mouth. Vic and Janard ain't got no soldiers. No, they don't. No, they don't. Hey, Nita, what's going on? Happy New Year, Nita. Yeah, never bring a knife to a gunfight. Right. What's going on, Nita? Again, I don't think anyone can compare to Lily. Okay. Tariq looks stressed. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss any of y'all comments. Ray replaced Liliana with sex scenes with Vic because the actress who played Liliana asked to be unalive because she didn't want to do sex scenes. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, things like that happen, Yeah, Vic and Janard ain't got no soldiers. So, okay, so this is at the repass. Now, I know I said I always be doing the repasses for all of the services, but I didn't do this repass. Kate put this repass together, and she not feeling. She's pissed off right now at this particular moment. She's pissed off with Maria because Maria had been threatening to leave and take the baby, and or she got caught making arrangements to leave, take her and her pregnancy to Mexico. And when Kate found out, Kate was irritated. She's talking about, look, he already lost his brother, and now you trying to take this baby away from. And then so Maria was lying when she told Kate, I changed my mind. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna stay here with Tommy. Kate knew she was lying too. Kate was like, yeah, right. Kate knew she was lying. And I think that's the reason why Kate decided to go back home to Queens. I really do. So Maria was lying. She already had everything planned. She was leaving to go to Mexico as soon as she could get away from Tommy and sneak out. And that's exactly what she ended up doing. And we'll get there. So Tommy told D Max, said, look, man, I don't need you going out here looking for Jannard. We already got things in play. We got to come up with a strategy. We can't just be going out here wilding, So keep your little YN behind in the house and go upstairs and play some PlayStation. and he because he said, I need you, especially if anything should happen to me. I need you to be here for Maria and the baby. So because Tommy don't know that Maria is thinking about leaving. And I just, like I said, I think Kate knew that she was gonna go. I think Kate knew it. So, but I do feel a little bad for D-Mac. Even though I ain't like how he talked to his father at times. I ain't like how he was treating his father. And he said some very hateful, nasty things to his father, and I did not like that. But you can't tell nobody how to grieve, and he's probably feeling guilty too, just like Kate's feeling guilty for not being there for JP, and now he's feeling the guilt for how he has acted and treated his father. I mean, that's my opinion about it. Let's see. Victor Snitch should be up out of here. I do not like this episode. Oh, the way it ended. Yeah, I need to see more about it. Hey, Steven. Was similar to Elijah who played Jeremiah C. 14. Oh, yeah. I needed to see more bodies. Like, we had bodies, but it was people that we don't know. It was just some background people who passed. I needed to see some main characters die. I wanted Maria and the baby gone. I ain't trying to be funny, but I don't care nothing about Maria. Her and the baby could have been gone. They could have got it, Kate. They could have got it, D-Mac. Shanti Showstopper could have been, any one of them could have been thrown in the fire, as far as I'm concerned. Any one of them. I mean, like, I was okay with any of the characters, getting shot or dying or anything, but no main character died. So that was, and I know this is just a setup for Legacy. I know that's what's going on. So, the house is surrounded with security. But Shanti Showstopper was able to come up there and knock on the door. And I'm like, Tommy, open the door. They ain't had no peephole. You just open the door. You don't know who's outside. But it was her. And she was like, look, they dropped Raheem off at my gym. And, so Raheem is out. We don't have nobody on the inside no more. And then Tommy said, look, we got you. You can try to go in there and, make good with Jannard and try to get close to him again so that we can get some intel. Well, that's not gonna go. That's not gonna go well. So now we go over here to Bobby. Bobby, he just dumb Bobby. These two, I was gonna say both of these are dumb and dumber, but Sang is actually smarter than Bobby. So Bobby is mad at Sang because he knows he's on the take with the Marquez cartel, and he grabbed him up and trying to choke him and said, look, I know you on the take. You got $500,000 in your account. I looked at your financials and blah, blah, blah. And the bottom line is, I guess he's trying to avenge his wife death. He wanted to get Tommy off the streets and have him arrested, and they'll try to set him up. So they try to come up with the scheme. Well, let's call Tommy and tell him you want to meet with him and tell him to come by himself. And Tommy is not stupid. That's why I said Tommy been through a lot. If you go all the way back to OG Power, Tommy made a lot of dumb mistakes. Ghost was the one that was smart. Tommy was hot-headed, and he just always, and he didn't think. But this time I have to give it to Tommy. He's matured finally, and he's thinking because he know damn well the same ain't calling him to meet. He know daggone well this was going to be some type of setup, you know. So now they didn't show us Tommy and Sang having a thing where they like this conversation here. Bobby was in the room, so Sang was talking all in cold word and everything, but we didn't have a conversation that Sang and Tommy had been working together. And I did not know that. That came as a surprise to me in the episode. So they might have rushed through that. They didn't flush that out properly. They rushed through that. Let me see what y'all talking about here. Sang helping Tommy eliminate Bobby from was it was very surprising. Very surprising. Um I can't believe Janard survived the series. That scene of everyone on CBI turned on him and joined it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he should have. They should have unalived him. His team should have unalived him. Now I'm talking. Yeah, I agree with Nita and Demarcus. Vic is the weakest link. Yeah, no, we do not miss Claudia Demarcus. That she should have been the last Flynn standing. No, I was fine with her gone. I definitely was fine with her gone. Okay, so let's go ahead on. Kate is sneaking and peeking around the corner, listening, and to Tommy and Maria, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be here for you, Tommy. You go out here and handle business. I'll be here when you get back." All of that was a lie. She was already planning on leaving, and Kate was leaving too. Um, to go to Queen. So Shanti Showstopper, comes in there trying to sweet talk Janard, but she made it clear that look, we not getting back together. And I think that's what clicked with him and how he knew she was full of crap is because when she said that they wasn't gonna sleep together no more. So he probably would have believed her had they slept together. But she was like, nigga, I don't want to sleep with your funky, junky ass no more. So no, get up out of here. So you look funky, sweaty, and you're a junkie. She ain't fooling with him. I mean, he done did her wrong too many times, even though she used to get on my nerves at times, especially the way she would talk down to him was crazy. But now I don't feel bad that she talked down to him. Now I don't feel bad. He deserved it. She should have went in. She should have went in even harder on his ass, as far as I'm concerned. But he knew it was So his homeboy here was like, "Oh, you dealing with her again, or she back in the mix, or something like that." He said, and he was like, "Nah, I ain't fooling with her." So he said, "If she think I'm dumb, think I'm stupid." Well, you are dumb and you are stupid, you are. So, and she knew that Jannar wasn't falling for it. She told Tommy, "Look, this ain't working." I knew that I could tell she knows Jannar very well, and she knew that Jannar knew she was lying. So they gonna have to find another way to get in close, to get a inside guy. So Tommy goes to see Che. Tommy and Miguel go to see Che, and they was like, "Oh, the all our organizations is what was the organization called, the Marquez, and who was the other one, Chase side." That anyway, they all blending together. Both cartels are blending together as one. And so they said, look, we got to eliminate somebody, the weakest link, the person who's causing all these problems ever since they came in town. Of course, they did it the way they let it up. It made you think it was going to be Tommy, but we knew as the fans, Tommy was not getting eliminated. So turns out it was Ortega who was getting eliminated, and Che gave Tommy the pow pow and said, "You got the honors to do it." And he pow pow him in his stomach, in his chest, and one in the head. You know what I'm saying? So that came out of, I don't want to say it came out of nowhere, but they I ain't gonna say it came out of nowhere, but he definitely because he deserved it to be unalived. but they needed to flush that out a little bit better too, you know. But I understand it was the last season, so they had to cut some stuff. I understand, so we had to get, you know, we getting the bare minimum. Vic and his girl Ray is sitting there watching the news, and he's seeing how on the news that Diamond got unalived and he's gone, and then the Flynn family has been taken out. They all gone, and they said Vic Flynn is on the run and never to be seen. At least that's what they thought, and he's in hiding. So, and his goofy behind, he gonna be back. We got this guy. His name is Gray Skull or something like that. Um, Tom, he told Tommy that he would. So he's part of the. I guess he runs the RDs now. And now that Kilo is gone, so he's telling him, Tommy's telling him, said, look, we, you know, well, it's working together, but I need you to we got to get Jannard out the picture. He said, yeah, once you get rid of Jannard, then I'll merge my crew in with your crew. So he said, I need you to be on the inside track and give me some intel as to where where Junkie is. And so when they went to like a little meeting, and Jannard talking all his crap about what they're gonna do to take Tommy down and blah blah, and where they're gonna meet up at. So he texts Tommy talking about Junkie Jannard is moving everything to Treason Lumberyard. You can unalive them there. So once he's he still didn't get unalive. He still didn't. They still failed to unalive him. I mean, I don't see why it's so hard. They should have. I don't know why. Since Junkie Jannard's guys turned on him, they should have took him out. He should not have made it out of this episode, and I'm standing on that. So, hey, Lawrence Report, what's going on with you? Happy New Year. Sang and Bobby plan to. Yeah, that's where we are now, to trap Tommy and backfire. Yeah, it all everything it did back. Yes, everyone, please like and subscribe and do all the things. Yeah, please like the video. Let me give y'all a reminder to like and subscribe. Yes, please remember to do all the things. Okay, so back from commercial break. Okay, so Tommy goes to meet up at the warehouse, and there that we know is all a setup now, because Tommy told him exactly where to meet and what time to meet, and it's so we can see now. Now watching this on the second watch, I can definitely see that how everything was a setup. But I wish they had showed the audience, us, Tommy and Sang setting up a plan. So, but I guess they wanted to keep us in suspense, and this was very surprising. I didn't see this one coming. So Bobby come around the corner and tell me, I got you now. You're under arrest. I got backup gonna be coming. And why would he show up with just by himself? He had no partner with him. He had no surveillance. He had nothing. He should have came in. If he wanted to get Tommy, he should have burst in with a crew of other cops. But he didn't have nothing on Tommy. He ain't have nothing to arrest him on. So I mean, it's speculation about what happened to Stacy, but he ain't had no proof, you know. But Sang took out his pow, and he put a hot one in Bobby's head, and now Bobby's gone. And then he's gonna turn everything on Bobby as if Bobby and Stacy were corrupt and taking, money from the cartel and the drug, and they just made them out to be corrupt. So I guess they can bury Bobby right next to his wife Stacy. He was stupid. So like we always get dumb cops on these damn shows. We always seem to get a dumb cop. So okay, so we got Genesis and D-Mac. D-Mac said he sold his motorcycle so that he wanted to give Genesis the money so that he wanted to give Genesis the money so that she can be able to pay for college. And she said, no, I can't take the money, whatever. And they, she was pretty much adamant she didn't want the money, but she ended up taking it. And, he got a little loud and a little aggressive with her. And I'm not justifying that he did that, because I didn't like that he grabbed up on her. I didn't like he was aggressive to her. But I understand why he was doing it. He was trying to push her away. He said he didn't, because he don't want nothing to happen to her, So just like Tommy is, wants to protect Maria, he wants to protect Genesis. You go off I'm no good for you. I'm a bad guy. I'm no good for you. You leave and go off to Spelman. Girl, I would have took that money in 2.5 seconds. I was like, oh, you sure? Oh, okay, thanks, bye. Lock the door behind you. I would have put the chain on, lock the door, and be ready to pack my bags and head to Georgia to go to Spelman. So I would have been out of there so fast. Well, Tommy, he goes and make a phone call, and he says, hey, I was wondering if this number was still the same. I was wondering if this number still works. It's been so long. Yeah, so hey, I need a little bit of help. And we knew that phone call was the call that he made to Tariq. So we know that Tariq is, and they got the intel now. They know where to go meet up to go find Janard and the crew, the CBI crew. But he called in a favor and said, hey, I need some help. How fast can you get here? He go home to try to, talk to Maria, and he see a letter, a dead John letter, and Maria done took off. Now, Kate already left to go back home to Queens. She said she need to go back into treatment, get her life together. Because she also told Tommy that you'll always have a home at my house. D-Mac knows this. He got a home with me, and Darnell, his name. Darnell has a home with me, and you always got a place to stay too. That's one thing us mamas who got sons. You can't break the bond between a mom and a son. I don't care how crazy the relationship is. I don't care how toxic the mama is or how toxic the son is. There's always a bond between a mother and a son. Nobody can get in between that. Nobody can break that. I just know firsthand from my own personal experiences. And so the mama will always take their son in. Most mothers who got sons would take I don't want to speak for everybody, would take their sons back in even if they grown. So they got a crazy relationship. They got Tommy and Kate. Well, anyway, so he reading the letter. Maria says she left to go to Mexico, and she gonna be there until she said, I'm gonna stay here until you send for me, until you come and get me. So I guess we'll see that in Legacy. Well, so they meeting up at the lumber yard. Everybody shooting, pow, 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 pew, 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 pew. So much going on. Bodies all, look at bodies. Now he go bodies. But of course, it's people that we don't care nothing about. Miguel got shot in the leg. I don't mean no harm. Miguel should have got shot. He should have been gunned down. He got shot in the leg. But really, they should have took Miguel out all the way. He could have been gone. We don't need him. They could have got rid of Miguel. Because just because you working closely with Tommy now, and y'all two working like brothers because of Maria, but I still haven't forgotten all the stuff you did in the past, Miguel. So I'm not over that. And I guess Tommy can let it go. But I can't let it go. So, as far as I'm concerned, Miguel should have been gone. Not just shot in the damn leg. He should have been shot in the face, 2 in the chest and 1 in the head. And then Shanti, she got shot in the shoulder. So but she survived. Nobody died. It's the only people who died is these little off characters that we don't know. We don't know their names. They just extras that was there. So So while they going crazy with the shooting, everybody shooting at each other, pew 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 pew, pow 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 pow. Now next thing we know, we get Tariq, and Tariq come in there and he, taking heads down. Okay, let me see what John talking about. Am I went too far? Okay, Sang and Bobby. Okay, we talked about that. Oh, I always say hi to Lawrence. Um, Saint Sang taking out Bobby was a surprise. The way Bobby kept whining about Stacy Marks too much. Like, bye, yeah, boy, bye. Yeah, yeah. I didn't give a damn neither about daggone Bobby or Stacy Marks, okay? I hope they buried her with her ugly wig on, and he can go right down in the grave with her and her wig. Yeah, bye to both of them. And see, law enforcement is always bad on in the power universe. The law enforcement is the worst. Genesis, uh, Genesis, same leave D Mac. But take his money and get your education. Yeah, take his money and get your education, girl. Forget about him. Take that money. Don't look back. Kate is heading back to New York. Yeah, she's going to Queens. D Mac heartbroken over JP death. Yeah, he is. He is. Um, yeah, so we see old Tariq. We ain't seen Tariq in a good little while. So, and you could tell this was taped right after they taped, immediately during the time or right after they taped Power Book 2. It was taped, like right back to back, because Michael Rainey hair and everything is different now. This was taped a while back. This was probably over a year ago they taped this. They just took so long to release it. Um and Sang now he got the position that he wanted, district attorney, the DA. He's running things, and he put everything on Stacy Marks and Bobby DeFranco. He put all the corruption on them, and he talking about he gonna take down the crime and all this. So he ain't taking down the crime. He is the crime. He working for the crime mobsters. So he working for the cartel. So he not to be trusted. So saying but the only smart thing is that he did put everything on them, so that way nobody suspects him. And hopefully he burned all documents or got rid of recordings or anything that Bobby might have had. I hope he got rid of all that stuff. No, the CBI boys is sick and tired of Junkie. They sick and tired of Junkie Jannard. Saying slandering Stacy and Bobby in the press conference, right? Um, they tired of Junkie Jannard. Okay, and I just call him Junkie, or we call him JJ, Junkie Jannard, aka JJ. They sick of JJ. Okay, they was like, look, everything bad that keeps happening is under your watch. The brother gets taken out. Tommy and them coming in there. Tommy came in there with a crew of people, took down half of CBI. Like, really, it's only these couple of guys left. I think what 4 or 5 guys left. Almost all of CBI is gone. There's no more muscle in CBI. So all them little YNs they had, all them people got taken down. So, he said, we sick of you, and you just been a liability. And I'm gonna tell you, this guy Smurf, he put the blicky up to his temple, but he should have taken him out. He should have taken him out the same way that Junkie Jannard took out um JP. Just pow right in the head. So they should have had the brain splattered all on the wall. Well, let me stop. I'm getting all graphic now. I ain't trying to upset nobody. So they all walked out on Jannard. That's the one last thing I'm gonna say about that. They all walked out on Jannard, and they gonna end up going over there to work with Tommy. They be like so now he ain't got nobody, because half of CBI got taken down. So it's only about 4 or 5 guys, 6 guys, and mostly so they was like, look, we've been trying to we've been tolerating your ass. We ain't really like you. So they didn't take him out, but they should have. Um so D Mac is sitting there talking to Tariq and talking about how I miss my pops and all of that kind of stuff. And Tariq was acting like, oh, like he can relate. Tariq don't want to talk about his father because his father didn't die because he was, somebody else unalived him. He unalived his own father. He's the reason why Ghost is not here. Because regardless, Ghost might have been a terrible husband and definitely wasn't a good father, but he loved his kids. He just didn't have a great way of showing it. And I'd rather you just stop fooling with your father versus take him out. But so he, I don't even know if he got any guilt about that. I know somebody said that he probably feel guilty. I don't even know if he felt any kind of guilt about it. To be honest, I don't think he do. I don't think he feels no kind of ways about the fact he took his father out. I don't know how he sleep at night. And then the other thing was D Mac was talking about, yeah, I got my Uncle Tommy. He's my family. He's my uncle. I got to be there for Maria and the baby and all of this stuff. And Tariq's listening. And look at the sly look on his face and his eyes. He just seemed off to me. All I see for me, he looked off. He looked so suspicious. That Jannard lost what was left of his crew. He lost it, right. Vic brought his dumb ass back to Chicago to team up with Jannard to take Tommy down. Well, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. I think Tariq is going to snake Tommy in the next spinoff. I agree with you, Rodney Johnson, 2210, 2210. I agree. That I think we all on the same page with that. That Tariq is going to try to snake Tommy. At least that's what we believe. I don't know anything, but that's what it feels like to me. He just looks so slimy and sneaky, like a snake. One thing, Tariq is very smart, and he sits and be quiet and listen. He's just like his father in this way. Like he's not a boisterous, loud guy running his mouth. Tariq is quiet and he'll sit in the cut and he just listen and then stop informing and he got more power now. He definitely got more power now. Hey there, Mo 69. Girl, we got to catch up on that Beyond the Gates. Lot going on. We got to catch up. D-Mac and Tariq realize they have a lot in common. Yeah, but the thing is, what they got in common is both their fathers is deceased, but the difference is, Steven, D-Mac took out D-Mac's father died on the hands of Junkie Jannard. Tariq unalived his own father, and he didn't have to. He did not have to. But Tariq is looking real slick and sly right here, okay? Then what's this guy up here named Cruz? He was running his mouth, talking bad about Diamond and saying something slick. I thought Tommy was gonna get up and unalive his behind, but Miguel told him to go sit down and go take a walk somewhere. He said, "Look, go take a walk, please." It's good because he knew damn well that Tommy was gonna probably put two hot ones in his behind if he didn't shut up and stop running his mouth. He needed to do as he told. He's a worker, okay? So Miguel had a big old bullet in his leg, and Tommy helped him pull it out. And then, now they talking about their brothers because they, Maria about to have a baby, so they looking at each other like they're brothers and stuff. So all the stuff they did in the past to each other, I guess it just went out the window. I would never trust Miguel. I would always keep a side eye on him, but I guess Tommy said, "I'm gonna let it go for the sake of the business." And then let me see, what's about 4 guys? There's only 4 guys left from CBI. Everybody got taken out except these 4 brothers up here. And so now they telling Tommy, "I want to come and work with you. We ain't fooling with you now no more." We walked out on his ass. So Jannar sitting there putting all, playing with the gun and lining up all the bullets, and he probably getting high again. And he definitely looked depleted. He lost his woman. He lost the product. He lost his crew. He lost his brother. He lost everything. Okay. He lost everything. And then Vic just pops up out of nowhere, which makes no sense. I have to take some points off on my, that's why I'm only giving it an 8. I did give it 8.5 last night, but I was, that was my first reaction. But now I've had time to watch it. I'm taking some shaving off some points on a couple of little things that and this was one of them. So that, yeah, you just show up. You should, one, you should have been unalived, and two, why would you even want to come back to Chicago? Once you were able to, you begged Stacey Marks to put you in witness protection. You begged to get the hell out of town, and now you bringing your stupid rat face back. And they're talking about they're gonna work together. And then he had the nerve to say, Tommy took down my whole family. My whole family's gone because of Tommy. No, your family's gone because of you. Because you wanted your sister dead. You was rejoicing when your sister died. And then you the one who set it up for your father to get unalive. You the one who put all that into play. I do remember that. Even though I don't go back and watch the previous seasons, but I remember that. So he was just doing that to play on Janard's brain, and his brain is half fried from all the H and the Fenty he doing. So they're gonna definitely make some stupid mistakes. And I got a feeling we're gonna see them in Legacy, but I do not want to see them in Legacy. I don't want them to all of a sudden he pops up out of nowhere and try to come at Tommy. No. And I don't want that be the way that they end up taking Tommy out because of Vic. Oh, I hope Tommy finds his ass and takes him out. Well, now Showstopper, she running things. She got exactly what she wanted. She got the connection with Che. She running her own organization the way she wanted. She was never getting them things from Junkie Jannar because he was just staying high all the time and lying to her and cheating on her. So, but even though she didn't ever really like Tommy, and she definitely didn't like Diamond, because she definitely wanted Diamond, out of here a long time ago. She wanted Jannar to take out his own brother. But because of that, she didn't like Tommy, but at least Tommy don't look like he hold too many daggone grudges. If you want to work and do business together, he'll do business. That's what it seemed like to me. Because he done made up with Miguel, and now he done made up with Shanti. So, because I don't think he really had no major beef with Shanti. She the one who acted like she didn't like Tommy. Tariq is standing over in the cut, and look at him with his sly face. He's standing over the cut watching everything. Vic is so annoying. Monique 69. I agree. I saw the picture on Facebook. Power Ghost Book 2. D Mac and Tariq had Braden at Stanford College. Okay. We shall see. But I agree, Vic is so annoying. But Tariq is sitting there looking slick and sly. He looked like he up to something. And I think he's going to try to figure out how he going to get some lick back on Tommy, end up taking out Tommy's organization. I truly believe that he said, he telling Tommy that you got all this. In this the final scene, he's telling Tommy, you got everything set up. You got your organization running well. Miguel and Shanti, they're workers. They work for you. So you don't have to stay here. Let them control everything. Let them run everything. And I need your help back in I could use your assistance, your help back in New York. And he said, I would like to see my baby and Maria. I would like to see my baby grow up on the same streets I grew up on in Queens, and bring Maria back home to meet the Queen. But Maria ain't going to no damn Queens. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she might. Personally, I hope she stay in Mexico. I really don't want to see her no more. I don't care if we see her, if we care, and I don't care if we don't see her. I don't care if we see her. I don't care. I just don't care nothing about her. Like I'm not invested in her character at all. To me, I was more, I was invested in Tasha. I'm not invested in Maria. Like, I don't, she don't add nothing to the show to keep me caring about her. But it is what it is. But yeah, I think he's using Tommy, and then that'll all come to light. Trust me, Tommy ain't dumb. If Tariq is doing anything slick and sly and snake worthy, Tommy gonna sniff it out and find out. Trust me. He's he if it's unless he's gonna unalive Tommy. But if that don't happen, unless Tariq is gonna unalive Tommy and set but it's something slick about him. I don't know. I really don't know what it is. And I guess we won't know until we see Legacy. So now I have no idea when Legacy is going to drop. Okay. I have no idea when Legacy is going to drop. Maria going where every time he go. Yeah, she's stupid. Yeah, that it appears that way. Mo 69 that she gonna go wherever the hell Tommy going. Shanti has officially taken over CBI. Yeah, she did. She got that's what she wanted. Vic, I don't know. The weakest fan is the last one standing. Yeah, how is he the last one standing and he the weakest link? Instead of staying in protective custody, he returned to Chicago to get involved in stuff. He just need to go away for good. Like, leave. Just leave. Yeah, so they about to reunite in NYC. Reunited and it feels so good. They about to reunite like Peaches and Herb. Okay, so I'm ready for Origins. I mean, I know I just keep saying coming soon. I believe Origins is going to drop out of fall. I think around fall or winter time of 2026. Um, yeah, Legacy. Yeah, that's correct. You know exactly what I was about to say, Steven. I was just about to say that. Um, Power Origins in 2026, Legacy in 2027. Now that's exactly what I believe. I don't have no particular dates or anything, but that's what I believe. I mean, they keep advertising Origins, so that's likely going to drop first before Legacy is even dropped. They probably taping Legacy right now as we speak. They probably taping it now, but I'm waiting for Raising Canaan. Oh, but one thing I will say, I did like at the end when they started playing the Big Rich Town. I was like, oh yeah, Big Rich Town. I was ready. I was like, okay, I wanted one or two more scenes. I just wanted one or two more scenes. I don't, I just didn't like I didn't like the no major characters got taken out. I think episodes 8, 9 were more exciting than episode 10. But I understand why they didn't make it. It was just it's like a cliffhanger, so everybody would stay on point and everybody would be ready for a Legacy. That's all. It's just well, you say it gets time to cancel Star subscription. Yeah, I probably will. I'll put it on pause or something for a while because I don't know. What am I keeping it for? If Raising Canaan, I think will come in the summertime. So, I mean, they got a couple of movies on here, but I don't see me keeping it for any length of time. So, they got. I think there's one or two movies on here that I want to see. Maybe two movies. Well, three. There's three movies on. I'm looking at my stars on the TV right now. That's why it's three things on stars I do want to watch. So I'll try to watch them as soon as I can. And then, but by next month, it's definitely cut off. Yeah, it's by next month. It's gonna be cut off until I put a. Yeah, it's about three movies I want to see. Is people keep telling me to watch the Tory one, Nowhere Man or something. I'll check it out. I'll look at least look at one episode, see if it's worth my time. Um, and I think it was two other movies I said I was gonna look at. And then other than that, yeah, it ain't. And actually, I can watch the movies at any time. Right now, I might just turn it off because I got too many other subscriptions going on, and I don't really even look at stars like that. So those movies that's on there that I said I was gonna see, I can watch them at any given time. So I'm gonna try to see if I can cut it off. So I think I already paid, so it's probably gonna be good to through February. So if it cuts off in February, that's good enough time for me. Now we have to wait on Power, Raising Canaan, coming around summertime. Yes, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I can't wait. So I've been up here a little over an hour, and that's about it right now. I was gonna do this on Sunday, but I said I'm gonna do this tonight, Friday night, get it out the way, and then I can just have my weekend to do other things. So, um, I may end up being on some panels. I know this probably gonna be this is the last time I'm talking about force on my channel. I don't have no more to talk about with it. Um, and but if I'm invited on other channels, I'll speak on it. So I might see me on somebody else's platform. And let me see. I don't have nothing coming up next week. I think I got a week off from YouTube. I think I got a week off from you. That's a light. Sorry for the glare. It's a light behind me. I think I got a week off from YouTube. So I don't have actually I got probably a couple of weeks. I'm gonna have to create something to watch, something to review. I'm watching Hijack on Apple TV with Idris Elba. I still need to watch His and Hers. I may try to look at the night. Um, you know, let me see. This is I forgot. There's so many other things to watch. So I'm gonna try to watch and it's a document it's some documentaries I've been need to catch up on. So I'm a yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch His and Her because everybody say it's so fabulous. Everybody say it's really good. So I'm gonna just try to see if I can binge watch it, and then maybe I'll do a recap on it. Maybe I'll talk about it. Okay, His and Hers is fire. Everybody talking about it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna watch it. I'm when I get off this live, I gotta do a little cleaning up. And I was in there cooking right before I came on this live. I was in there making macaroni and cheese and making some collard greens. So I need to go wash my dishes and clean up and do stuff. But later on, when I'm done doing everything I need to do for the night, I am going to probably put the TV on and watch the Netflix, His and Hers. So, and if it's like that, then maybe I'll get a little panel together and talk about it or something. I don't know, but yeah, I don't have nothing planned coming up. Um, we still doing our snowfall recap. Um, we got one more season to do, the last one, season 6. But I'm not gonna do that until February. We just did season 5 on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday we did season 5. And so season 6 of Snowfall, that's our rewatch, throwback rewatch. We'll do that probably around the first or second week in February. But other than that, I don't have nothing set and planned right now. There's nothing planned. This was the last thing I got planned so far for January. But I'm gonna try to stay in the algorithm. I'll come up with something. So all right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna go and do all the little things I gotta do here in my home, but I wanted to hang out with y'all for a little while. So I don't want to keep y'all too long. And y'all have a good night, good weekend if I don't talk to you. And I will see y'all on the YouTube streets sometime soon. Bye.